What do I mean by get high? Let's find out. Let's get into the rack. Welcome to this week's Rack of the Week. Pretty typical break shot to start, just a little bit inside. This is going to be a straight high ball. I'm expecting the cue ball to curve to the bottom rail like that. Let's see if it follows that path. Pretty much. Now, what's really interesting is there was a lot of right English on that, and I probably put some on. If there's any left English or center, that ball, that cue ball is going to come like this. And if there's left English, it can come like this, and you can lose it up table. I really like a little bit of inside. It slows the cue ball down, and in this case, as you saw, it brought it back in this direction, which got it more out into the center of the table. I'm going to pause this for a second. This is an ideal rack in that often when you hit that break shot, you'll have 5 or 6 balls still kind of tight in the rack area, and I don't have that. So I'm looking at this thinking that's an easy 14 points because all you got to do is keep your cue ball alive, keep it open on the right side of the balls, and you can work your way through here. You really don't need to be bumping any balls or doing any breakouts here. I've got a break shot here with the 9, possibly the 10, might be able to make another one. So what you're looking for now is just paths to pockets. So I'm looking at the fact that the 12 ball goes here, the 7 ball goes here. One of those can set you up for the other, which then gets you on these low balls. The 4 ball, I don't know if it goes there, but it might. The 3 and the 14 both go in this corner pocket. And so I'm just looking at paths to pockets. Where can I put the cue ball to shoot a shot to open up a lane for another ball to find its way into the pocket? And you really can kind of maneuver your way around, possibly without even touching another ball with the cue ball. The only problem is this right here, the 9 and the 10. For example, if the 10's your break ball, how are you going to get the 9 out of there? You're going to have to shoot it over here, which means you got to clear these balls first. If the 9 is your break ball, where are you going to shoot the 10? Same thing, or are you going to get below the 10 and shoot it up this way? Or can you nudge it somehow? So that's the only issue, but it's not a real big problem. I just want to, as you can see, I've already made a decision to get the up table ball. I've already got a great shot on it, so why try and come back and get it later? Get it now, and then the entire rest of my run takes place on half the table. That's what you want. So this is totally natural. 2 rails out of this corner, and I'm going to be on the 1 ball. And I'll go from there. So let's shoot that in. Probably came a little too hard. I could stop now or now or now. It came a little too far. But even if I didn't get a shot on the 1, I got a shot on the 7. But regardless. So now what I'm looking at is how do I want to open paths to pockets? So easy shot on the 1, but don't take it for granted. What you don't want to do is eliminate this ball. That can be an insurance ball for something else. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just playing to get a low angle on this 2. And what I'm doing, and this is something I heard John Schmidt say and it really stuck with me. He said you can never have too many break balls. So what I'm looking at now is a low angle on this 2 ball, and I can send the cue ball here, gently tap that 4 ball just 4 inches to right here. And then I've got the 10 ball as an insurance or the 12 ball back that way. I think that's the best shot to shoot from here. Always be thinking about break balls and key balls. How are you going to get on them? Opening past the pocket. There I am looking at that angle for the 4. Now I don't hit it very well. Even though I just looked at it. I just don't want to hit it too hard. And I hit it. Okay. So notice I hit it and I still have a shot on this 12. So that's a well-planned shot. Now, or I could shoot the 4 ball right now. And I just looked to see, slow down there, Bob. I just looked to see if the 4 ball goes because do I want to be able to use the 4 ball as a break ball later? It's a possibility, even though the 9 ball is a good one. The title of this Rack of the Week is called Get High. And I thought it was a pretty catchy title that should get people's attention. And this shot is what I'm talking about. I'm about to shoot the 12 ball because that's what I had on my mind. I could shoot the 12, then the 5, then the 7, and then come back around and make something happen. I think it's a mistake. It's a huge Huge mistake. Get high means get toward the high part of the rack, the top of the rack. When you've got balls below the rack that are open like this, those are not a concern. In fact, those are a help. They often become insurance balls or balls that you play position on as you tap some of these balls into a better location, and then you have a shot on the 7 this way or the 12 back this way. So get high means shoot the 6 ball in the side. That's the correct shot here. This is definitely, in my opinion, the 12 ball is the wrong shot. This is where the issues are, this row of balls right here. You got to deal with that. And I have an excellent opportunity. If I'm straight in on the 6, I can stop my cue ball, shoot the 14 here, and then tap the 10 over here. Now my break ball's open, and I've got the 7 ball back this way as an insurance ball, or the 11 ball back into the side as an insurance ball. That's the right play, not the 12 ball. Okay, get high. And if I'm not straight in on the 6 right now, I could shoot the 6 in the side and then stun the cue ball into the 14, trying to knock the 14 somewhere over here. I could get a shot on the 10 in the side or the corner, and worst case scenario, I'll have a shot on the 7 ball back this way. But I will have greatly improved the balls in the top of the rack area. Get high. And it causes me a little bit of trouble. I do run out, but you're going to have so much more success if you recognize when is the right time to get high. Always look for a ball at the top, in the top of the rack that's going to open things up using the balls that are lower as an insurance ball. See, I just shot the 12. Now I'm standing over here on the side of the table wondering, gee, what am I going to do next? Shoot the 5 and get a shot on the 7. That's easy. And maybe I'll get an angle to bump this 4 again and have the 12 next. But this, as a problem, remains. So it's a mistake, in my opinion. I think I do eventually just tap it and come up to shoot the 7 next. Let's take a look. I forget. Let's take a look. The other thing I wanted to do, but I'm elevated over the 7, was to draw the cue ball this way. The reason is I'll have a shot on the 7 no matter what, but if I can get a good shot on the 10 ball up here, then that opens that up. But look how much more trouble I've got to go through because I didn't get high, because I didn't go to the top of the rack when I should have. See, and now I'm looking at a shot on either the 14 or the 10 up in this corner. So I want to roll the cue ball forward. I'm okay with doing it because I know if I don't get there, I'll have a shot on the 12 here or the 3 in the side. So I'm working it. I'm working the rack. That's okay. But this is a lot more work than this rack could have been. It could have been way easier. So now I'm looking at what's my next shot. Do I shoot the 14? I can easily shoot the 14 right now or the 3. The 10 is the issue. I got to get that 10 clear. So I think I decide to shoot the 10, and I'm very close to straight, so I'm not going to hurt my break ball. I could use the 9 or the 3, I think, as a break ball, but I prefer the 9. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't even want to touch the 9, and I had to bobble. I had to bank that ball in order to do that. So now I have a shot on the 12, and I hope you can see what I see now. These can be hard to get to, these 3, because they each kind of block each other. But I'm just going to bring the cue ball between these balls over here because I'll have a shot on that 6. Worst case scenario, I can shoot the 9 or the 11 ball on the side. But again, having to do a lot more work. And then I don't know if I agree with the shot I shoot here. Right now I roll the 3 ball forward to get on the 6 back into this side pocket. That's okay. I think I prefer shooting the 6 and stunning the cue ball forward. Possibly I can't shoot the 6. Maybe the 6 doesn't go by the 3. If it does, I want to bring the cue ball over here because then I can go 6, 14, 3, and then use the 11 in this side as the key ball. That's not a great key ball. You got to get on it perfect, and I had to deal with that issue with my pattern. But there's probably a couple other ways to do this. After I'm editing this, I do see a better way. I like shooting the 11 in the side, stay high on the 3, then you can shoot the 3 and shoot the 6 back in the right side pocket, and then you'll have an angle on the 14 for your key ball. That's probably the best pattern. what's important is you make sure that you get that cue ball where you need it to go. Yeah, this is okay. So I'm going to shoot the 6 ball here. So I'm looking at the pocket line for the 11. And I've got more angle than I'm comfortable with, but I've got to draw the cue ball to the rail and try and stay as close as I can onto that straight in line to the 11 in the side. So watching this is a couple weeks after I played this rack. I disagree with this decision, and I think I'm locked in. No, actually, I'm evaluating right now which way I want to go, because you can go 14-11 or you can go 11-14. Which do you think is better? In my opinion, 11-14 is better, because there's your shot line for the 14, okay? All you got to do is get below that shot line a little bit, and you can either draw the cue ball up here on the 14 or go to the rail and out to get on your break shot. I think that's the highest percentage route. This is a good end pattern. I worked it out. Being able to get on that 10 ball the way I did, it kind of worked out. But from here, I have such a good shot on the 11. I think it's so controllable to just draw back to here, so I've got the proper angle on the 14. Instead, I decide to go 14-11. So here's the shot line to the 11, okay? And it looks easy, doesn't it? Just keep the cue ball right here below the shot line, and then you'll have a super easy shot to just stun draw the cue ball over here for your break shot. How easily things can go wrong in straight pool. So I'm looking at the shot line. Okay, I want to stay below it, and I don't want to be elevated over the 9. But super easy shot. Should be able to handle that, no problem, right? Cue ball came too far. When I get down and look at it, I'm dead straight. I could possibly cheat the cue ball to the left, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to cheat the cue ball to the right side of the pocket, just right in the right edge. But it's too much work. I shouldn't have to do this. And now, since I'm so straight, I can't make the cue ball go this way. The cue ball is going to come back this way. Well, that's fine if you get your cue ball to stop right here. But I think you can guess what happens by the way I'm talking already. I made it harder than it needed to be. And then the cue ball didn't stop where I needed it to. And so I turned what should have been 100% end pattern with the cue ball right here for my break shot, and I turned it into something difficult. Had I gotten the cue ball to stop below the shot line to the 11 on the side, then it would have been no problem. It would come here. It shows you how important these tiny little differences, half-inch differences in position of the cue ball. And then I posted this. This is the end of a 50-ball run. I've already won the game. And I posted this. I actually overcut the 9 ball slightly, but it might have gone in. But the cue ball comes over and knocks it out. This, it looks like an innocent enough shot. The cue ball, you say, oh, I'm unlucky. The cue ball knocked it out. No, I chose the wrong pattern. I should have shot the 11 and then the 14. Then my cue ball would have been here, and I would have made that break shot and keep running. That's the difference. These little minute details really matter. And had I decided to get high and shoot that 6 ball at the top of the rack earlier, I think the whole thing would have been easier. So that's the lesson for today. Just a quick one. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next week on Rack of the Week.